Hey guys, I'm Mitch,
I'm Austin.
and this is Super Platinum Achievement. And what could have been for Xbox? Oh, hindsight is 2020. Spider-Man could have been on Xbox. We're gonna talk about what happened in just a second. First off, guys, if you're new to this channel, smash that subscribe button down below. It really helps us out. We appreciate it. Also, at the end of this video, if you liked what you saw, give us a share and then a big thumbs up as well. That helps us out too. So yeah, we keep hearing more and more bad news about what could have been or what just wasn't ever for Xbox and Microsoft's
Yes.
games. It just recently came out that Marvel approached Xbox about making Marvel games for Xbox consoles, and they said no. So basically, what happened, according to Jay Ong in a recent book, some excerpts came out. To kind of summarize, he was talking with Activision, who at the time had the licensing for Spider-Man games. And he's like, hey, we're not happy with these Spider-Man games. Activision was like, you know what? We're fine with terminating this agreement early. They terminated it. Once they did, Activision asked, now that you have these IPs back, what are you going to do? Where Ong replied, we're going to find them a better home. And Activision said, good luck finding your unicorn, quote. Meaning, nobody else can do it better than us, basically.
Which that just kind of shows the company that Activision is, because they think everything they release is perfect. When
Yes.
obviously Activision stuff they release, especially lately, has been mostly hot garbage. So it's just kind of funny that they really see themselves, them and EA, I think, are really the two
Yeah.
companies they look at themselves that they can do no wrong, and no
Yeah.
one's as good as them, even though there's companies all around them making better games, and running circles around them. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of this whole story is all about arrogance, and that was like the start.
It really
Activision was
is.
just arrogant, and you can't make a better game anywhere else.
Yep.
So
So that was the first one. And then Ong took the IP, basically, bundled it all up into a nice little basket, and decided, hey, we're going to talk to some other publishers, and went to Xbox Studios and said, hey,
first,
we've got these these Marvel games that we would like to continue to make. Are you interested? To where Microsoft replied, no. we have our own IPs that we want to continue to focus on, basically.
yeah, and they're currently doing really well right now.
Yeah.
So you can go check them out. And yeah, just kidding. So
So basically, they said what we've been dogging on them for a while, that we are fine with Halo, Gears, and Forza. Basically it.
they're,
And all their
they're
other
too
IPs.
proud and arrogant once
Yeah.
again.
And all their other IPs that they have that they haven't supported, they still have all of Rare's IPs, which includes Banjo-Kazooie. They could still do GoldenEye. They could get that. I mean, that's a little bit more of a licensing thing. And then Rise, Son of Rome, all these things that have just died since this took place that Xbox has done nothing with, and just Halo, Gears, Forza. Halo, Gears, Forza. That's it.
Yeah, and you got to remember 2014. That was right after the last generation came out. The Xbox.
Yes, that was
One.
the next year.
And you think they would be willing to be like, yeah, let's get as many games as we can, because that's all they preach is games, games, games. So when they're offered games, they're like, nah, we're okay. We got plenty
our
of them.
thing. So then, of course, they went to PlayStation, to where they said, hey, we don't have any deals. Do you want to make some Marvel games? To where Sony said, you know what, we see some possibilities here. Yes, we will make it if we have exclusive rights to make Spider-Man games to our platform. And Marvel's like, sure, let's do it. So Sony then took that and handed it over to Insomniac, which has been making Ratchet and Clank, as we all know. And then since then, Sony has just purchased Insomniac. At the time, Insomniac was still independent.
And I don't know if a lot of people knew this, but so Insomniac, yeah, like Mitch just said, was not owned by Sony. They just kind of exclusively were releasing games to Sony. And this, I think, coupling with Xbox saying no to Marvel and Sony using Activision to make a Marvel game is a huge slap in the face to Microsoft, because I don't know if I'm sure you Microsoft fanboys are out there, but Insomniac, Microsoft actually purchased a title from Insomniac to be an exclusive for Xbox. Sunset Overdrive is the game, and gave them all this money, promised how much they'd make. Did not market the game for them. Game ended up being a huge flop and costed them money. And Insomniac at that point vowed to never release another game for Microsoft.
Yeah.
So this is so now they're taking a game just for Sony, and it was just a huge slap in the face to Microsoft. And obviously this was a huge detriment to Microsoft, and it ended up being the biggest game for the PS4. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think I don't know have the exact numbers in front of me, but the best two selling exclusives anyway games for PlayStation 4 were God of War and Spider-Man, I believe. And Spider-Man sold over 20 million copies, and what Jae Ong said...
That's a crazy number for a video game.
That's a great number for an exclusive.
Yeah.
And what Jae Ong said, he said they have a dream that these Spider-Man games could basically rival or beat the Batman Arkham series. And boy, they are well on their way. I mean, 20 million... Mm-hmm. And then, so far, Miles Morales is the best-selling exclusive for the PlayStation 5, and it still has some life left in it. It's going to be part of this new PlayStation Plus subscription service, the extra and premium packages. So we're going to see a lot more people play those two games because it has both Spider-Man games in there. And then, of course, that gave birth to now what is under development coming out next year, Spider-Man 2. And also under development, Wolverine from Insomniac as well, which we'll probably see end of 2023 or beginning of 2024, I imagine.
So for you at home keeping count, that's 4 games that Microsoft could have had that they didn't. They essentially just said no to, which is crazy. And those are going to be 4 games, 2 of which already came out, that are just going to be huge and pretty much console sellers.
Yes.
So I don't know. Once again, we don't know what Microsoft was thinking turning this down. Obviously, it worked out for you PlayStation fans out there because you have some of the best games on the market now, and only you guys have them. So
yeah. So Miles Morales, I'm looking it up here. As of February, that's the latest numbers that we have, sold 6.5 million copies, which is a solid
understanding
number.
The state of what the PlayStation 5 is right now, that's pretty good.
And a lot of people are still waiting to play it until they get one, because it is available on PS4, but a lot of people are like, no, I want to play it and see what next gen has to offer. But even then, 6 million plus is considered a good success for a video game.
I think 5 million is usually the cut. They're like, okay, after 5 million sold for
we're making good money.
It's considered a success. So
the moral of this story is Xbox messed up again. I mean, we just had a video a little over a week ago talking about how Xbox still has no games and they haven't fulfilled their promises, and now the fans and the gamer world is introduced to this interview that happened and are like, what? You had the opportunity to get us more games and you didn't. Obviously, people that have multiple consoles, it didn't affect too much. Cool, you still got to play it just on a different system. But those Xbox people that are only Xbox and only will ever be Xbox now don't have those games and see what could have been with Spider-Man being an Xbox exclusive. Who knows?
Yeah, but if it ended up with
Xbox... Exactly.
If it ended up with Xbox, though, it wouldn't have come out yet anyway, so we'd still be waiting.
Yeah. Wait till E3, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who knows what studio would have handled it in that case. I mean, it could have been Rare handling it. It could have been anybody. They could have put it out to a third-party company. Who knows what could have happened. It more than likely wouldn't have been Insomniac because at the time, the deal was still with Sunset Overdrive was going on, and they weren't happy with them at the time. So, because Sunset Overdrive came out within the first 2 years.
But in my opinion, I think it ended up in the right place with the right developer and ended up being the best game it probably could have been at the time. So,
yes.
Absolutely was.
So, for people that have PlayStation, I think it turned out great. It's a phenomenal game. But if you don't have one and you're just Xbox only, then unfortunately, Xbox done you wrong again. So this is just getting worse and worse worse for Xbox and the news we're getting. Oh my, what are they gonna do come June to hopefully fix this or at least gain back some ground? We'll see. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. Comment below. What are your thoughts on Spider-Man almost being Xbox exclusive? Do you think it ended up in the right place? Do you think Xbox could have done just as good or better? Let us know your thoughts down below. Type away. If you like this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up, share with your friends, hit that subscribe button, and we sure hope to see you again here on
Super Platinum Achievement.
See you guys.
Bye.